Hi everybody, and welcome back to Brimple Plays Blackthorn Arena, Chapter 2, Episode 20. We are only 22 days away from the Grand Games. Looks like we have a couple of people injured right now who are healing up, and we have the rest training. Our team is pretty beat. I guess we wouldn't go out and challenge anybody today unless we sent Edward by himself, or with Pascal, I guess. No, we wouldn't even send Edward. He's just started duelist training. I forgot about that. Okay, well, that being the case, let's get out of that room so we don't hear that noise anymore. We will end our turn. And we finally got our champion heavy leg armor. Edward, time for you to change into some new duds. First things first, get you some pants. Actually, I guess we're not going to get you pants first. We're going to put that on first. Then that. And the combination of champion gear ought to make him considerably more powerful than if he were just wearing the Blackthorn armor set. Gosh, we have a lot of great gear in our bag. We just can't make use of any of it. Anyways, Edward, you will soon be an even more powerful component of our team. Pascal. Monster Hunter gear, or Monster Butcher, is actually really good. And I don't think it's worth replacing with Veteran Tier 2 or even with Champion medium armor. I believe Monster Butcher is just a little bit better than both of those. That's my thought anyways. I could be totally wrong. It's a shame we wasted so many experience potions on Pete, given that he died in a very unceremonious fashion. Really can't say anything good about Pete for dying in the way that he did. We'll take these two, just because what if we do end up crafting? Put some more people into training, and we now have enough people that are uninjured to actually go pick a fight with someone. And we ought to do that. First we'll go to the smithy. Does anybody actually need new gear? Dogman's got a good helmet. Rosalie could use a champion helmet. Edward could use a champion helmet. That's a Monster Butcher helm, right? Yes, it is. Juliet could use a champion helmet. And really, Joy, the 7% melee damage is actually pretty good. I guess we'll start out just by crafting a few helmets. Like a champion light helmet, if we see it. We could do a medium. Here's a heavy. And here's light. I think it'd be better to get a champion light helmet first. Now let's go out and pick a fight. We want to beat down Alastor, but we want to beat down Alastor in a 1v1 situation. If that's the case, do I even care about challenging losers, if not for just getting experience on my team? Joy doesn't even need experience. I would be sending people like Edward and Pascal. But they've not risen to the ranks of permanent additions to our team. We're going to wait until we can challenge Alastor then. And I will punish you both. I should have been checking your obedience this whole time. I guess we'll only have one person at 9 and one person at 8. Can we challenge Alastor now? No. We can beat down Alastor's team, though, and that is what we will do. Something like 7 days after challenging an arena, you can challenge them again. So it could be that we have another group of fighters after this one. It could be that we're presented the opportunity to fight Alastor after this. Look at their team. Champion Light. Champion Heavy. Champion Heavy. I couldn't tell what the other person was wearing. Took me too long to identify what the archer was wearing. Okay, let's see how Juliet does. Oh boy. She's got 3 people after her. That can't end well. Super high dodge rate though, so that's been great. And of course the smoke pill as soon as she took damage. You'd love to see it. Joy, how are things going for you? You're going great, obviously. That's kind of what you would expect for somebody with your skills and abilities. And then Juliet just had no issue with anybody. That super high dodge rate plus high DPS and smoke pill, great combination. Yeah, she can really get some work done. We don't really care about the money at this point. We have so much money at this point, and nothing upon which to use it. Bunch of good things happened in that turn. Let's get a heavy helmet now. And we want the heavy helmet for our polearm user. Great. Go back over to Juliet, give her the champion light helmet. You're wearing veteran light boots? And you got 7 dodge as a result of wearing this helmet. You're going to put this back on because for the time being it is a little bit better. We ought to get you better boots. And we still need to fight in Gortus's trial. Although he hasn't come around yet. I'm surprised the Grand Games are only 17 days away and Gortus hasn't made a peep. I wonder where he is. Perhaps now would be a good time to spend Edward's points, seeing as how he's been waiting for so long. Finally, maxed out countercut, and we have so many points to put into strength, endurance, and agility. That'll make him significantly more powerful. Juliet, you have a lot of skill points to spend, and I'm just not sure how we are going to spend these. I don't know that you need any additional abilities. Increased movement speed is... I mean, why? You're not using it. Slide? Who cares? Oh, dodge missile would be good for you. Do you have something to knock them down? Yes, you do. Repulse. You'll take repulse and shuriken. Wait, do we want shuriken or... No, we wanted kunai. So a couple of more points into agility then. That'll be fine. And I guess like 1 point into willpower? Not sure why we were getting the willpower, but we don't need it. That'll be good enough. The kunai will just give her additional DPS. Rosalie, you have a bunch of points to spend. No, you don't. You have only a couple. And it may be worth going back to the polearm tree for you to spend these. Power in numbers is also good. It'd be good for you to be supporting the rest of the team in that capacity. Perhaps you will. What about the rescue ability? If we gave you additional intelligence and willpower, and we don't have enough to get you there yet. Huh. I just don't know. I think power in numbers is better. We're so late in the game that If you were going to revive somebody, it should have happened a long time ago. I just don't see you bringing a lot of value in that capacity right now. Might we go challenge Gortus just for something to do? I think we ought to. Will we send Juliet? No. I don't like the idea of sending Juliet out. Not at this point. She has a high chance of dying in any situation where she gets knocked down. And monsters can be a lot more difficult to take down than champions, and a lot less willing to change their aggro. That being the case, I'm going to try and keep Juliet alive by keeping her out of Gortus' trial for now. Very weak enemies here, though. They ought to be dead in a couple of seconds. You can hear lots of blocking happening. Easy money. I love that you can still see the character models through the werebear or the werewolf form. There's just something about that that makes it so much better. Nice to get a couple of Gortus Trial points, too. It takes a number of challenges to get enough points to purchase a necklace or a belt, but that's the reason that those things are there. So that you can, if you already have great gear, you can just spam the Gortus Trials, earn some points, gain some better gear. Use this potion, Edward. Still not enough. Just a slow leveler. Obedience-wise, everybody's doing fine, I'm assuming? Yeah, Rosalie's kind of upset, but that's been the case for a long time. I bet she'd be happier if we got her a new polearm. Alastor, if you can hear me. And again, we will send Edward and Pascal out on a two-person mission to raid this caravan. Not so worried about what Pascal's got going on weapon-wise, I guess. It would be perfect to get Pascal to level 25, give him energy shield, but it is what it is. Something like that also would have been a good leveling opportunity, but okay. Hey, there's Jack Gouger. Let's go mess up Jack Gouger just for fun. It's nice to put champions in their place. And speaking of which, it's probably time for you to have a champion's belt, Joy. You've been sitting on garbage for long enough. Don't you think it's time for you to have something a little better? I know I didn't want to replace it earlier due to the fact that we should be getting Gortus gear in a relative short amount of time, but hey, it is what it is. Look at that, Jack Gouger. They think he's going to win? I don't believe so. I don't believe Jack has a chance. I believe Jack is going to get destroyed by Joy. It'll be a summary execution. I've got T. Flint's sword. T. Flint can actually beat both Master Thelma and Kiara in a 1v1. It's not something you should expect to see, but I can have it. Look at that, Jack's dead. Bye, Jack. Just destroyed. He's screaming while he's bleeding on the ground. He didn't have an opportunity to get much done. He just got crushed. Now we get his daggers. I could give his daggers to our dual wielder. They are legendary weapons, and he does have less than fantastic dual wielding weapons right now. Did that say something about potion? Oh, expose weakness. Okay. I think we will give those daggers to Pascal, just to see how capable he becomes with better weaponry. I don't know that anybody else on the team needs that much more. Besides, again, necklaces and belts. I've been talking about it for a long time, but we've needed it for a long time. Rosalie, go to the torture chamber. At 8, your head's not in the game. I hate to break it to you, but that's not good enough. obedience at this point. I wouldn't want her to leave right when the Grand Games begin. I need 2 alternates for the Grand Games. Edward will be 1. Pascal could be the 2nd. Did everybody run from you 2? Just speed that up. Maybe quit chasing the merchant if you find the opportunity. Thanks. Level 22 for Edward. That's good. And an experience potion. That's nice as well. Go back to our treatment room. Surprised Pascal doesn't need to go in there. Normally he gets pretty beat down. But we can give him those legendary daggers. That will be the first. And where is the second? There it is. As far as your weaponry goes and your ability to destroy others... Well, let's get you out of the torture chamber now. I feel like that was a good attitude changer for you, Rosalie. But besides that, moving on. I would like to see how they perform in a battle against each other. Pascal and someone like Edward, how about? Are you a berserker yet, Pascal? You are, which is good. You absolutely need to be. But you also need to be a battle monk. You have low intelligence and willpower. Not a lot of time to invest in those stats either, which is troubling. But you got to do what you got to do, so. 3 points of intelligence. And will I even have enough stat points to get all of the willpower that I need? Oops, not that. That will cost 6 plus 3, 9 points. At level 25, we will be able to train Energy Shield, and we'll be able to max it out. That being the case, we're going to wait and get Internal Force for now, and we will send Edward into practice against Pascal. I think Edward should win this convincingly. I believe Edward has better skills for a 1v1, but we'll find out. I don't know that those daggers were a good choice for Pascal. Honestly, look at the damage, or lack thereof. He's hitting for 4.3. That's just really not good enough. 2 Katars would be much better. And Edward has a surprising amount of dodge, frankly. I think that would have killed him were it not a practice fight. Let's go to the torture chamber now. Edward, I expect you to have good obedience. I expect Pascal's to have gone down. No, he's still at 10. You have to look out for that because your characters can become very upset from a practice day. That can ruin their obedience and they will run out of the building. They will say, I'm out, you suck, you're the worst gladiator leader ever, and we will not be with you any longer. Such is life. Tully, I kind of want to go over here and just wipe out Tully's team because I think if we take down these losers, we could fight Tully and take his archer gear. I'm just thinking about it. We may as well, right? What do we have to lose? Edward, get out there and help this team overcome the enemy. I'd like to give you a health potion before you go, but that's not going to happen. I guess you can have lizard damage and insect damage. Those also are of no help, but it's better than nothing. And we offer a lot of nothing on this team. Bet on our own team. It's a fair fight, they say, but frankly, that is a very powerful team. Level 25s, they're all going to be in the best gear as well. Monster Butcher, Veteran Tier 2, Veteran Tier 2, Champion. And of course I have Champion, Champion, Veteran Tier 2, and Juliet's just wearing a mix of things. Oh no, Joy got stuck. We may need to pause and just withdraw from the fight if Joy is not... Oh! Well, he did come out of hiding. Only after Juliet went down. Which sucks, we didn't want to lose Juliet in that fight. And we only lost Juliet, she only died due to a bug. But we don't believe in save scumming, and so Juliet is dead. That was really risky, that was pretty stupid. But, again, it's not our fault that Juliet has died. That is a bug that I reported on the discussion forums for Blackthorn Arena, so maybe it will be fixed after having been a bug for 3 years. We still have Lauren, but let's be real, Lauren sucks. Wow. It's really too bad. Surprised their obedience hasn't gone down from seeing their teammate die. Go back to our map, and Alastor, we still can't challenge you. We will challenge Alastor when we have the opportunity to. We see some caravans popping up, which are nice. Gosh, well, without Juliet, we don't really have a choice. Our team composition has necessarily changed. 11 days until the Grand Games. Still nothing from Gortus, so I'm beginning to believe that the Gortus Trials are also bugged in this save game. They're usually not. But because the ground has not rumbled and Gortus has not announced his presence, with only 10 days to the Grand Games, we have to assume it's bugged. Still can't challenge Alastor, still can't challenge Tully. I believe we can challenge Alastor after this. Can no longer take the hardest difficulty treasure troves if it's the Death's Servant Crypt mission, because you need an archer to succeed in that mission. You cannot overcome that mission without an archer. Man, just looking at my team, wondering what I need for them. Edward, I don't think you'll get a better weapon than Steel Tooth. Rosalie, again, if we could just get you a legendary polearm, but Alastor will continue to hide for as long as possible. Pascal, your weapons suck. You know, the truth is just that Jack Gouger is weak. He's a weak opponent with weak weaponry, so you should ignore him. This is good. And Expose Weakness might be good. I'm not sold on it, but it might be good. I think Craftsman's Secret might be better. I hate to say that, but it seems to be the case. Let's get out of the treatment room. Still can't fight Alastor. We don't need to see anybody else. We've got our team. Wow, no, we still cannot challenge Alastor. And given that the Grand Games are 8 days away, we will not have the opportunity to challenge Alastor prior to the Grand Games beginning. I'm wondering what legendary weaponry we might find in a dungeon to make everybody else happier then. Dogman, you are stat dependent. Would any of the legendary weapons we have be a better fit for you than the Lion Hammer? The stamina restore is really nice. You know what? We ought to go to the markets and just look for some better belts. Gosh, let's sort this and just sell some of the garbage. Yeah, let's look for some better belts, better cloaks while we're here. And I guess it's time to start selling some of this blue gear, because we don't intend to upgrade any of this. We held on to it for so long, believing that we might upgrade it. Just didn't. We'll hold on to the veteran light gear, just as a memory of our fallen archer. No, actually we won't. You died. He died like a weakling, so your stuff has to go. We can hold on to that. Now the haberdasher, what do you have for us? Nothing. You have garbage. We must go check the Thieves Guild. A lot of moonstone, starlight amulets. Okay. These are better than what my people have already. 10% cooldown reduction is certainly nothing to sneeze at. We'll take a couple of them just because. We don't have any guarantee that we will see anything better. And we didn't. So it is what it is. Okay. Let's give our people their new fancy necklaces then. Dogman, cooldown reduction for you. Joy, you want the dodge and crit necklace. It's this one. Edward, I guess you're going to get cooldown reduction as well. Who was that? Oh, it was EC. We don't care about Lauren. Rosalie, I hate to send you as a number 1 over Pascal, but I think you would go over Pascal, so you'll get the necklace. We still don't have good belts for anybody, or for enough people, but there's not much we can do about that. We do want to go kill Tully Young if we get the opportunity. And we want to challenge these people as well, just because we're upset about losing a very valuable member of our team. Some might say the MVP. I wouldn't go that far. Do we want Dogman? And yeah, we'll do this. Now imagine if Rosalie were to die on this mission. Were it going to be anybody to die, I imagine it would be Rosalie. What do we got? Look at that pink helmet. That is not supposed to be pink. It's supposed to be the same color as Dogman's, right? Oh man, Joy is bugged again. I think we have to send Joy into a practice round in order to clear that bug. I don't know what we can do about this character. As you can see, he has an attack trigger. What if we sheath and unsheath, crouch? Well, we can't tell you to crouch, and we can't tell you to force attack. But for some reason I can sheath and unsheath your weapon. If I change you to aggressive, will that change? No. Flee. He's bugged. He's too bugged. Rosalie, do you have any chance of surviving down here? Let's look at the camera. You're not attacking Rosalie, and she's just killed her enemy, so you have an opportunity to live. Just try not to get shot by Shirley. Yeah, look at Joy just sitting back there, doing nothing, just taking shots. Okay, I don't know. I guess we will need to change everybody to hold position as far as their combat style goes, given that we cannot count on Joy being able to leave his position to engage in a fight. Okay. Well, we have 7 days until the Grand Games. We have lost a very powerful component of our team in this episode due to a bug, but we don't save scum, so we can't do anything about that. For now, we're going to leave here, pick up in the next episode, and in the next episode we will fight the Grand Games and hopefully win. So thank you for tuning in. Sorry that we didn't get to fight in the Trial of Gortus, but hey, maybe in our next playthrough we can. So I'll see you next time.